So hello everybody, today's class will be on Inferential Statistics. This is lecture 1. So let's get started. Inferential Statistics starts with a population. So a population is a group of individuals or elements under study, and a sample is a finite subset of the population. And then you have a parameter. A parameter is a quantitative characteristic of the population. So parameter is connected with the population, and then you have statistics, which is a statistical quantity calculated on the basis of the sample. So statistic depends on the sample. And a survey done using a sample of the population has a margin of error. Now statistical inference is a process through which inferences about the population can be made. So you can, based on the population, you can draw certain conclusions. And there are 3 types of statistical inferences. You have point estimation, interval estimation, and hypothesis testing. So in today's class, we will be talking about point estimation. So point estimate uses sample data to calculate a single value of a population parameter. For example, x bar is a point estimate of the population mean mu. Then S is a point estimate of the population standard deviation. And we have the formula x bar is summation x by n, and here note the formula for S. It is square root of summation xi minus x bar the whole squared by n minus 1, where n is the number of observations in the sample. So let's do a few questions. Consider a simple random sample of 5 months of sales data. You have the months 1 to up to 5 and units sold. Find a point estimate of the population mean of units sold. Find a point estimate of the population standard deviation. The sample mean will be you add all this and divide by 5, which is 93. Sample standard deviation is given by S equal to square root of summation xi minus x bar the whole squared by n minus 1. So xi minus x bar the whole squared, the summation becomes 116, and S becomes square root of 116 by 4, which is 5.39. Okay, now point estimate of the population standard deviation is 5.39. Again, standard error of the sample mean is sigma by root n, and standard error of the sample variance S squared is sigma squared into square root of 2 by n. Now let's start with a question on standard error. The marks scored by 5 students in a test carrying 100 marks are 50, 50, 60, 60 and 40. Find the standard error of the sample mean. So we have the formula S equal to square root of summation xi minus x bar the whole squared by n minus 1. What is this? This is a point estimate of sigma. So we make a table with xi and x bar will be, you can calculate x bar and calculate summation xi minus x bar the whole squared. So it will be square root of 280 by 4, which is root 70. So standard error of the sample mean will be S by root n or sigma by root n, which is root 70 by 5, which is 3.74. So that concludes this lesson 1 on estimating the population mean and standard deviation. Thank you, and in the next class we will be learning about confidence intervals. Stay tuned.